Today I'm doing a full face get ready with me, all with new makeup from Thrive Causemetics. That's coming up next. Welcome back, I'm Kimberly. This is Pretty Over 50, where we talk everything makeup, skincare, and style for the over 50 woman. Today I'm so thrilled we're going to be doing a full face of all new makeup from Thrive Causemetics. I got this huge box from them in PR. Thank you very much, Thrive Causemetics. And I think we have everything for a full face, so I'm really thrilled. I haven't touched hardly any of it. I've checked a few colors, but that's about it. I've heard so much about this brand, I haven't used any of their products, so I'm really excited to see how it works for us over 50 ladies. If you're new here, welcome. I hope you'll consider subscribing and make sure you click that notification bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. And if you're interested in more makeup, skincare, and style for the over 50 woman, stop by prettyover50.com. There's a lot more great information just waiting for you there. Like I said, ladies, I just got this box in from Thrive. I've only checked a few of the colors, mainly because I wanted to know what kind of lipstick they had so I could wear a shirt that would match with the whole theme. I'm going to be going through and testing all these products and brushes out today. They even sent a makeup sponge, so I'm thrilled about that. If you're interested in Thrive Causemetics, buckle yourself in, get comfortable. This is going to be a long one. So let's get started. I've gone ahead and primed my face with the Revlon Photo Ready Primer, and my eye primer is from Milani. On my lips, I have the Nivea in Blackberry. Isn't that just the prettiest color for a lip balm? So like I said, I haven't even really looked at any of these products because I wanted to do it together. I've opened just a few of the items to see what the colorways are. We're going to start with foundation today, which I don't usually do, and we're going to be using the Buildable Blur CC Cream from Thrive. Here's the package right here. And they sent it to me in the color light. Haven't used this, haven't even heard about it. Pretty little packaging here. This aqua color that Thrive uses, I think, is such a good choice for them. It's so distinctive. Just pulls off, and we've got a pump here. I'm going to pump a little bit out on my hand. So right there, that's what it looks like. And I'm just going to go ahead and take about a pump and a half and start spreading that over my skin. The color, I'm not sure about the color. It might be a little dark and a little yellow for me. We'll soldier on and see how it blends in. They sent me a few brushes and a makeup sponge, so I'm going to go ahead and work the foundation in with my foundation brush, and then I'm going to tap it out with this new sponge they sent me. It feels creamy and smooth. It's blending in really nicely. Oh, you know what it smells like? It smells a little bit like sunscreen. I wonder if it has an SPF in it. Let's see. Okay, it does. It's broad spectrum SPF 35. Wow, that's pretty good. But I wouldn't count on this for a sunscreen all on its own. You know to use your own sunscreen, right? So I have that foundation all worked in with the foundation brush, and what I can say is that it looks like my skin. I'm not kidding. I can't even hardly tell. There's a little areas around my nose that I can tell I have foundation on. Other than that, it looks like my skin. Okay, you guys, I'm amazed. I'm gonna get in kind of close. I don't know if you can see it in the camera. That looks so natural. It's really amazing. There's no glowiness to it at all, but it doesn't look really flat matte either. So I'm pretty impressed with this finish. For concealer, I'm gonna use the Pretty Vulgar. You guys know this is my current favorite. So I always just tap that in with my fingers first, and then I go in with the sponge and really blend it in. I've said this before, but the way my makeup table is situated is that I look right out at the ocean, and it's so pretty right now. I face west, so the sun comes over my place and then sets behind the ocean, and right now the sun is reflecting off. It's so pretty right now. You guys know that I live in a tiny little town in Northern California, and I'm really lucky. The actual town that I live in is less than 500 people, and I think half of those 500 people are only here part of the year. So it's a tiny little community, and my house just happens to be right across the street from the community garden. That's how tiny it is. We have a community garden. The water here is an issue because we're right on the ocean. The water table is a little iffy for fresh water. So that's why they have a community garden. It's a place where people can garden and not have to worry about their water bill or running out of water from their wells. So it's right across the street from me. I'm really appreciating that right now. I got up this morning and my plan was to work in the garden, to work my bed and to set up things in the greenhouse, but of course, I woke up and it was raining a little bit, so that gave me an excuse to stay in my jammies all day long. So I've just been lounging around the house and reading and watching a few things on YouTube. So what have you been doing today? All right, I have the complexion all worked in, the concealer and the foundation, and boy, does that foundation look amazing. I think this is going to get a lot of use from me in the summer. It's so smooth. It looks exactly like my skin. I can hardly tell there's anything on my skin, and yet it does cover. It's a light coverage. I wouldn't say it's medium. I'd say maybe it's a little on the more heavy light side, but boy, is it pretty. Next thing I'm going to try is this bronzing powder. It's called Sun Chaser Blur and Sculpt Bronzing Powder. Pretty little compact here, and oh, wait till you see this color. Isn't that glorious? I'm going to go ahead and swatch that for you on the back of my hand. Ooh, I meant to put makeup on my hands, you guys. Oh, I'm so sorry. So here's the color of the bronzer. Isn't that pretty? I like the fact that it doesn't have a lot of warmth in it. I like my bronzers a little bit on the cool tone. And about my hands, I want to show you right now. I really haven't been in the bramble bushes. My kitten, it's my kitten. Sometimes I put makeup on my hands before I start a video because I think that you guys are going to wonder if I've been beat up. It's that darn kitten. Look at this. He just thinks I'm his personal chew toy. So anyway, here's the bronzer color. Just going to tap it in with this big brush I have. This is a brush from BoxyCharm, and I think it's their own label brand. I've got one of these that I use for bronzer, and the other one I use for foundation. Love them both. They're both really good. So I like to go and just place my bronzer all around my face, and then I go back and blend it in. My kitten looks like a full-grown cat, so I expect him to act like an adult. He doesn't. He just has these crazy moods in the morning where he's got to chew on something, and unfortunately, a lot of times that's me. I know a lot of people don't like putting bronzer underneath their chin, but for me, it just makes me feel like my double chin doesn't look so double. So once I have that bronzer all placed, then I just go back in with my big fluffy brush and just blend, blend, blend. That's blending nicely. I really, really like that color. I like the fact that it's soft and subtle and not too warm. The next thing they sent me is Cosmo Powder Multi-Dimensional Strobing Blush. Oh, here it is right here. It's multi-dimensional. It's, well, they just said that in the name now, didn't they? So it's a lot of different colors in this little compact. Can you see it? It's pink and tan and bronzy and that sort of thing. I'm going to swatch it on my hand. Oh, 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 it's pretty. Look at that. It's kind of shimmery and shifty. I'm going to use just a little bit. So I'm just going to tap my brush in here really lightly. And it really does have fallout, so be careful if you use this. And just tap a little bit on my cheeks. It's really iridescent and sheer. It has a pretty color. Can you see that? Now that I have that placed on, I'm going to go in and blend that. It really has a shift to it. I'm going to add this other product. It's called the Triple Threat Color Stick. It comes in this stick, and it's for cheeks and lips and that sort of thing. Isn't that pretty? I'll put that on the other side of the blush. So this is the stick. And I'm going to put just a little bit on my cheeks and see how I like that. A real pretty peachy pink color. So far, I'm really enjoying all these products. Now we're going to go into the highlight. This is also a Cosmo powder, and it has some words on there that I can't read, so sorry about that, but I do know it's highlighter. Again, the pretty little aqua compact, and here's the highlighter. Isn't that pretty? I'm going to swatch it next to the others. So here's the highlighter powder right there, and that's the bronzer. That was the blush, the powder blush, and that's the stick blush. I have a feeling this is going to be seen from space highlight. We'll see. Going to get just a little bit on this angle brush. Oh, pretty. Can you see that? Has a little bit of glitter in it, ladies. So if you're not into glitter, this is not going to be your cup of tea. I'm going to blend it in with my fluffy brush to see if those glitter particles fade away. And we're just left with a nice, beautiful glow. Oh gosh, that's so pretty. Can you see that? I feel all glowy. Oh shoot, I meant to use the brushes. They sent me 3 brushes. I think one's highlight. Oh, one's highlight, one's contour, and one's blush. So I'll use these in another video. These look beautiful. Let me go ahead and open them up. So here are the 3 brushes that they sent. Oh, they're so pretty. I wish I would have remembered to use them. So sorry about that. This looks like the contour brush. And let's see, they're very, they're very, very soft. Very soft. These are nice brushes. This looks like a highlight brush. So right up here. And then the blush brush right here. So right there. Oh gosh. So pretty. So you guys will see these in upcoming videos. So we have the face mostly done. We've got the foundation, concealer on, blush, bronzer, highlight. I'm going to start in with the eyes now. Here's the palette. Isn't that a pretty colorway? So here it is right here. So all over shade color, lid color, transition color, and deepener. I think that's going to be really pretty. I'm going to take a big fluffy brush from Real Techniques, tap it into this cream color, and that's going to go all over both lids. This is a really pretty base color. It has a little bit of shift and shimmer to it, but not too much, which I prefer, the not too much part. The consistency of these shadows is really nice, and I'm not seeing any fallout right now. Now I'm going to go in with the pointed crease brush and tap it into this transition color right here, and that's going to go into my crease and a little bit above it. Gosh, that's a pretty color. It's a taupe, and it's a soft taupe, so it makes for a great transition color. And I'm going to bring a little bit of that down on the outer third of my movable lid. Now I'm going to take a blending brush and just blend that out so the edges are super smooth. Blending is one of the tricks I can say that makes eyeshadow work on my more mature eyes. Just blend, blend, blend. I think I spend 3 times as much blending as I do applying eyeshadow. Now I'm going to take a smaller detail brush and tap it into this dark color right here. That's going to go deep into my crease, down on the outer third of my lower lid, and a little bit up to really add a lot of depth to the eye. I haven't seen any fallout in these shadows yet, which is amazing. This is such a pretty color. It's like a combination of taupe and charcoal. Ooh, it's pretty. I'm loving this palette. So far I can say I'm pretty much a fan of this cosmetic line. I haven't even used it before, so this is a nice surprise. So I have that darker color all placed back in with my blending brush to blend that all out. I don't want to move that color around very much. I mostly just want to soften the edges so that it looks like it's all one color that just deepens and lightens across my lid. And now I'm going to take a flat brush and just tap it into this lighter color right here and go underneath my brow just to add a little extra highlight up there. I don't know whether to use this gold color or not. I'll put a little bit on my finger and put a little bit on my lid. We'll see how it turns out. Well, that's pretty. I'm just putting it very lightly, mostly on the middle part of my lid. Isn't that eyeshadow look pretty? I'm really liking it. They also sent me this brilliant eye brightener. It comes in this little stick tube right here, and this is the color. And I think what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to put that in the inner corner of my eye just a little bit. I usually don't do this because I don't want to draw attention to the wrinkliest part of my eyes, but today we're going to have a little fun with it. I'm just putting a little bit right in that corner area. And I like the fact that this pencil kind of really gets right on in there. I think that looks okay. What do you think? Next up, we have the Instant Waterproof Eyebrow Liner. Oh, this is cool. It's a tiny little pencil. You can see how tiny it is right here. Let's take a look and see what color that is. Oh, they nailed it for me. It's a nice light ashy brown and a nice little spoolie on the other end. Boy, the color's nice. It gives a really precise thin line. I think this is the tiniest eyebrow pencil I've ever used, by far. This thing is tiny, tiny little hair-like strokes, which I don't know really show up on me because I have kind of bushy eyebrows where I have eyebrows. It's a perfect color for me, that ashy brown. They also sent this Instant Brow Fix, so we'll go ahead and put this over that brow liner. Look at this, isn't that cute? So it's this tiny little tube here, and it has that tiny, tiny, tiny little brush. I'll kind of see how this goes. Oh, so I guess this is kind of like a colored gel, and it also sets the brows in place. I'm catching on here. How do those brows look, ladies? Last thing on the eyes is this waterproof eyeliner. So we'll see how this goes. So again, tiny little pen. Oh, and it's an automatic pencil right here. Has one of those little rubber things on the other end. I love these. Let's go ahead and take a look at what the color is. Oh, pretty. Okay, so the dark one is the eyeliner, the lighter one is the brow color. I'm going to go ahead and line my eyes with it and smudge it out with this little rubber guy on the other end. You know, it's so funny. I was just wishing the other day I had a brown eyeliner and it shows up on my doorstep. I love when that happens. So there's one eye with the eyeliner done. You can tell the difference between the two. All right, I'm going to hop off now and do my mascara, and I'll be Right back. I'll be trying out the headliner lipstick in the color Aquila, which they say is a warm rose mauve. The packaging of these cosmetics is just beautiful. Look at this. And watch. It's magnetic. So here's the lipstick. Go ahead and swatch it for you. Oh, it's really a pretty color. Right there. I'm going to be pairing it with my NYX lip liner in Whipped Caviar. I want to step in here and say, when I put my lip liner on, that's usually when I have to tap out the foundation that has sunk into my marionette lines. It hasn't done that. I think that's amazing. Pretty color, isn't it? Here we have the finished look. So for my thoughts, and I have a few thoughts. Absolutely one of the standout products for me is this foundation. This is their Buildable Blur CC Cream with a 35 SPF. I can't even tell I have foundation on my skin. I'm not kidding. It looks like natural skin, and it's giving me a really kind of heavier light coverage. Does that make any sense? It doesn't look like anything on my skin. It's flippin' amazing. I did think the color was going to be a little bit dark and yellow for me when I first put it on. It's not. It looks glorious. They sent me this in the color light. If you're near my skin tone, I could say that this is working really well for me. This stuff is the bomb. I'm really appreciating the bronzer. I think it's absolutely beautiful. I'm not sure if they come in different colors. Okay, this one says it's Rhea on the back, and this is the color right here. I really like it. It doesn't have any warm tones in it, which I'm preferring these days. It's just a cool tone bronzer. It blended in really well, and I think it's absolutely beautiful. I'm a fan of this product. Definitely. I think that the blush might be a little bit more of a younger girl's game, and I'll tell you why. It has a lot of shimmer and shift into it and not a lot of pigment. I think if during the summer, if you have a lot of sun already on your face or a little bit of glow, because obviously we don't want to get a lot of sun on our face, this might be pretty. But you can see right in the little compact right there, there's a lot of powdery fallout. Probably not going to be the best blush solution for me. I like something a little bit more pigmented with a little less shimmer in it. Although this is pretty, I think it's probably best on someone with younger skin than mine. I liked the highlight color. I'm not a big fan of glitter and highlights for me. I think it looks beautiful on someone with 20 or 30-year-old skin. Probably not going to be something that I reach for that much. Although I'm kind of curious to see how it would work as a lid accent color on my eyes. Now, isn't that a good idea? I'm a huge fan of this eyeshadow palette. I think it is absolutely stunningly beautiful, and I'm a neutral palette gal. I'm always trying to find the ultimate neutral palette. This is really a beautiful palette with some glorious neutral shades. There's a little bit of shimmer and shift to it, so if that's not your deal, this won't be the palette for you, but I think it's doable for me, and I think the colors are so pretty. These two colors right down here that kind of have the heavy taupe shift to them, I think are so sophisticated and so beautiful. I liked this eye brightening pen because I could get right in the corner of my eye whenever I do that. I don't do that a lot, but I think for an evening look, it's really pretty. So this one's a yes for me. The eyebrow products I thought were wonderful. First of all, the eyebrow pencil, I liked the color, and I like the fact that the tip is super tiny. As far as this setting brow gel, I don't know, it was just sort of okay for me. I don't know that it did anything spectacular that other products at probably a lower price point wouldn't do, but if you're a big fan of Thrive, you're probably gonna love this, and it has a tiny little brush on that end. The blush stick, again, I think it's probably best for a younger girl. It doesn't really have a lot of pigment in it, and the color is a little bit light for me. I'm not sure if this comes in other colorways. If it does, I would probably give it a try. I loved the brown eyeliner. I think it's so pretty. It blends out really well. They say it's waterproof. I'll let you know about that. I'm sure that it probably is. But I'm really appreciating the dark brown color of this liner. It was easy to work with, and this little rubber thing on the other end, I love those to smooth it out on my a little bit more mature eyelids. The lipstick formula is a winner. It's creamy, it's pigmented, it feels really good on the lips. I like this rich, deep color. I think it's a nice change for me. So big fan of the lipstick. And also, remember, it has that delightful little magnetic closure on. Truly, I mean, how bougie is that? I want to thank you for joining me for this full face of Thrive Causemetics. I was so impressed with everything from the formulas to the packaging. Most of the products for me were an absolute hit and an absolute winner. And thank you to Thrive for sending me such a glorious collection of your makeup product. I think this look came out beautiful. It's sophisticated and I feel it's appropriate for my over 50 mature skin. If you're new here, make sure you smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. And if you're interested in more makeup, skincare, and style for the over 50 woman, stop by prettyover50.com. There's a lot more great information just waiting for you there. It just tickles me when you take a few minutes out of your day to spend it with me. I appreciate that and I appreciate you. Again, I'm Kimberly. This is Pretty Over 50 where we talk everything makeup, skincare, and style for the over 50 woman. Make it a great day. Have a wonderful week and I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.